Hey guys, some Gamer Dude here. So full disclosure today, I didn't get to test this deck as much as I would have liked to, but from what I did get to play, it seemed really solid. Probably could use a bit more work, but the general framework is here. Before we get to the main event, I just want to put the expensive deck I came to out there, only because it's a really different deck and I won't have the time to talk about it otherwise. If you have any questions about it, ask about it in the comments and let's get to the main event. So what's today's deck trying to accomplish? Through a combination of machining Stag Beetle and Water Gang, gain a ton of pluses. Then through a combination of Death Warden, Antlion, and Phantom Black, try to finish the game in one fell swoop that only non-sentinel triggers can block and be sitting around 36,000 plus critical. The deck really starts with Water Gang. When he stands, CB1, he goes into the soul, you draw 2. On base, this is simply a +1, but it's not so straightforward as that. Water Gang has some nuances to it, mainly to do with machining Stag Beetle, who we'll discuss in a second, but more to do with the timing. He can be set off during the stand phase and prior to riding a grade 3, as he has no restrictions on when or from what he stands included in his effects triggering clause. Remember, the turn order is stand, draw, then ride. So you can have him out, use him, then ride to machining Stag Beetle. Machining Stag Beetle is mostly used because he is cheap and has synergy with Water Gang. Water Gang goes into the soul, you draw 2, you ride Stag, gain over 9,000 power, a protect gift, and 2 cards on the field. From just one Water Gang early, you gain a total of a +3 and convert a grade 3 into a protect gift. It gets more interesting the later into the game you go and your field fills out, but if you can maintain riding Stag Beetles and using the power gain in lieu of a booster, it's still a flat +2 a turn. If you really want to go into 2 Water Gangs, allowing one of your rearguards to do rearguard attacking duty, it's a +4 and +18,000 to your Vanguard, and it's perfectly doable. The deck actually gets a little worried about decking out because it draws so much, and between protect gifts and draw power, it shields for days. But all of that shielding doesn't get you anywhere if you're trying to seal the game. Phantom Black isn't the best card in the world, but it helps. While stopping normal units and gaining +6,000 isn't something to write home about because of draw perfects existing, it does combo with our next card. It improves it, even if the combination of the effects is costly. So here's our budget grade 3, Death Warden Antlion. On any circle, Soul Blaster grade 3, discard 2 cards against +10,000 plus critical and can't be stopped by Sentinels. Now let's put that in perspective. The deck focuses on lasting a long time and drawing a ton of cards, so a cumulative discard 3 between Antlion and Black isn't a big deal. You don't have to worry about perfect cards, protect gifts, or grade 1 or higher units. For your trouble, you gain a 36,000 critical unit, or on base, 25,000 to stop. With all the stalling power, you can get a good idea of what the opponent is holding and strike at the right time. Chances are, you get them in a situation where they can't do a thing about it. As it is so important that we get machining Stag Beetle over a few turns, the next couple of cards focus on just that. Of course, I'm talking about machining Mantis and machining Hornet. Mantis is pretty self-explanatory, I won't dwell on it, but I will say it does have just short of a 60% chance of fizzling on getting a Stag Beetle specifically, or a 32% chance of fizzling period, so keep that in mind. I honestly prefer machining Hornet of the 2 cards because if it fizzles, it doesn't cost you anything. It's the same effect of searching a grade 3, but the Vanguard hit or boosting an attack that hits the Vanguard and then actually having to net you a grade 3 for you to have to pay the cost is much better. On top of that, it makes a great early booster, and since it goes to the soul, it can be pulled out by Stag Beetle for repeated usage. The last major contender is Bloody Hercules. He has threat, no matter what he attacks, he gives more resources and power. Since you'll be attacking rearguards solo quite a bit, he fills that role really well. They may not mind losing an interceptor, but they might mind the rest of his effect. So here's the deck. Standard grade 0, then Spiteful Hopper and Karma Queen filling in the last grade 1 slots because nothing really fits there and they have some minor use in a +6,000 buff and a 15,000 shield respectively. The deck is fun and kinda quirky for Megacolony. It honestly reminds me of the old Soulless Oracle Think Tank deck quite a bit because it focuses so hard on drawing and ends with something so original Silent Tom-esque, though it is far more fidgety. But what I do like the most about this deck is that it's really unique compared to the Spark Hercules deck. That's really new for this iteration of Vanguard. Heroes tried it, but they didn't have the support they needed. Everything else is making do with cheaper cards. This is a genuine new deck. It's something I wanted to see. It makes me happy. So I hope this deck does you well if you try it out. This has been Some Gamer Dude, and I'll see you guys next video.